Hi, I'm Rachel Brown, candidate for U.S. Congress in the 4th Congressional District. I am a LaRouche Democrat and part of a national presidential slate. And what I am calling for, what we are calling for, is a complete change in the direction of our country. There's no amount of minor changes in tax policy, budget cuts, that are going to turn this thing around. If we continue down that pathway, we're going to be going down the tubes. What we need is a stop-collapse measure, which would be called right now Glass-Steagall. I championed the fight for Glass-Steagall last election when I ran in 2010. Now it's being called for by people such as Sandy Weil of Citigroup and leading people in the City of London, including the Financial Times. So the ball is now in the U.S. court, in the court of the U.S. Congress. It's H.R. 1489 has over 80 co-sponsors. Now I urge for the immediate enactment of this bill, 1489 Glass-Steagall, to stop the disintegration of the world's financial system and the chaos that's going to occur as that breakdown ensues, such as what we saw with the recent LIBOR scandal. Massachusetts was robbed. Many cities and states around the country were robbed intentionally by these banks, and this has to be put to an end. There's a difference between gambling and a real productive economy. Secondly, on this question of a productive economy, what we need is a national bank. Once you put through Glass-Steagall and the illegitimate gambling debt is wiped out, not paid back, we won't have enough existing legitimate capital to fund a real recovery. We're going to need a national bank. As you saw with the model of the RFC under Roosevelt and Lincoln with the greenback policy, you need a federal source of credit that'll go into the productive projects that create the return necessary to pay back that initial loan, and also to provide jobs, water, energy, and an increased living standard for your population. The recent landing of the NASA rover on Mars was also an indication of what we need for this country and for mankind as a whole. This is a real victory for science, the fact that we can solve big problems. This was another aspect of my campaign in 2010, along with my fight for Glass-Steagall. I said we need a serious investment into the space program, specifically with Mars. This has also been vindicated. We need Glass-Steagall now, and this victory demonstrates the fact that this is the right policy to go for. So those two things, hand in hand, are the immediate actions that I am calling for to reverse this collapse.